the YouTube channels of Politics and You with Olusola Agbalu. It's been a nice day. I hope your day has been fine. I pray you enjoyed the night. You enjoyed this evening and also the night when you go to sleep. Today we're going to also discussing interesting things. This is Politics and You, where we inform Nigerians of the political happening in Nigeria and beyond, and also to make people understand that politics is not about the politics in political parties. There is politics everywhere, in the family, in the church, among friends, at workplace, then among a husband and wife. Diplomacy is also part of politics, and many countries apply diplomacy to deal with each other. So it's part of politics. And when you are diplomatic in your relationship with people, it's part of politics as well. What we are going to discuss today, a lot of times Nigerians talk about good governance. They blame government for not providing them with good governance. And good governance is expected from the government, from the three arms of the government: the executive arm, which consists of the president of the nation, the vice president, and also the ministers, heads of parastatals and ministry and federal government agency, and also state government agency, the governors at the state level, and also the legislature. The legislative arms of the government comprises of members of House of Assembly at the state level, members of the National Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Reps members. Those are the people holding the legislative arms of government. Then we have the judiciary, that comprises of the judges, the magistrates, the Chief Justice of the Federation, those that ensure the sanction those who contravene the laws, having pleaded their cases through their lawyers and also state advocates. Those are the people that we expect they should give us good governance. But we are not having this. Gimbala Puniva, you are welcome to my live chat. I can't. Why did you say grammar? Why are you saying that? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guide your privacy. Yeah, I remember. So why are you saying grammar? Why are you saying that I should not talk? Kamtaka para, why are you saying grammar? Why? Yes, I'm a grandmother. I'm over 64. I'm a professional accountant. I'm a broadcast journalist. So, and I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to anchor this program. And I'm a grandmother. I'm proud of that. And I'm happy, and I feel proud to be relevant in my profession and also in politics, which is my passion. So what I want to discuss is that we expect all those three arms of government to give us good governance. We seem not to understand that we citizens, we also have roles to play. And one of the things that is also hindering, apart from that, the fact that government also, all the three arms of the government are not doing well in governance. Even citizens also are not doing well. So we all need to come together to sit and also ensure we do the needful in Nigeria if we want to make our country better. The foreign country that we love to travel to, like as of today, every Nigerian wants to migrate to United Kingdom or America or France or Germany or Russia or Holland, Switzerland, Austria, Norway. They want to go to where they feel the pasture is more greener than their own country. One thing they don't realize is that those countries are governed by laws. So for a country to thrive, it must be governed by law. There should be independence of judiciary. The executive arm of the government shouldn't act as hindrance to judiciary, so that the judiciary should be given free hands to do their work, to bring to book law offenders. In those countries, no one is above the law. Either rich or poor, powerful or powerless, everyone is above the law. And when the law is not observed, there are consequences for it. So, in as much as they also have rates of crime, there are always consequences for offenders. Any offense carries its consequences. Any offense carries its consequence, irrespective of who commits such offense. There's nothing like elites, where elites are also exempted from facing consequences in Nigeria. They buy their way from judiciary to an extent that in Nigeria, if someone is sentenced to serve jail terms, there's a way to also hide somewhere very close to the prison, to rent a house and be living there without being in the prison. We understand that when Bobrisky, a transgender, was arrested, and he had to come. When he came out, he was telling somebody through phone call that was tagged, was recorded, that he was somewhere, and that he's someone who is behind him asked him that he should not worry about the jail time, he's not going to stay in jail. Such thing, they can escape jail in other countries, but that they will not serve jail. They can escape, and there's always a consequence for doing that. But there is nothing like you will not go to jail. There's nothing like that. You will be in jail. You can escape, and whoever among the prison official among them is careless by enable the prisoner to escape will be brought to book. So it's not something that happen often and often. But in Nigeria, they may not they escape, number one. Number two, some are inside prison, like it happened in Edo, and they are going out of the prison to rob. And others, when they give them jail time, they will rent a house at nearby. Some used to sneak out to go and sleep in their houses. No consequences for offense. Some that are sentenced to death are helped to escape outside Nigeria. That's what we heard, allegedly. Example is recently, someone who is serving a jail term in prison was taken to immigration office to obtain international passport, and is serving a jail term. If there are no consequences for offense, the country cannot be good. The country cannot be good. What we want to now discuss tonight is the incidents that happened between King Ayinde Wasiu Marshal, a Fuji musician, a Yoruba Fuji musician, with an airline and the management of Airport Authority. I learned he has been given 6 months ban to fly. Not to fly. 6 months ban not to fly. He has been barred from flying for 6 months for what he did. And what did he do? By not complying with the airport security instruction. And the instruction is very simple. If you are carrying liquid, there's a certain measure of the liquid you can carry. If it is above that, you will not be allowed to carry it. And they also have the right to examine what the type of liquid you are carrying, either in your bottle or your container. And because the aircraft has the limit of weight it can carry, if not, everybody will carry everything and put it inside the plane. That is to my own simple knowledge. But when they ask him not to carry I don't even know how he managed to escape other security checks, that they couldn't have stopped him before he eventually boarded the plane. And when the flight crews, when they saw him with the liquid, they asked him they wanted to take it from him, making inquiry from him about the liquid. And he became angry and he just spilled the liquid on the floor of the plane, and even came out to stand in front of aircraft that wanted to take off. That's a disgrace. And that's what we are talking about, having understanding of the law and respecting the law. We don't respect law in Nigeria. The rule of law, while some nations thrive and others struggle. Any country governed by the rule of law is bound to thrive economically, socially, and politically. At the heart of this success lies a strong and independent judiciary as the third arm of government. The judiciary ensures that the laws are applied equally to all citizens, but only if the legislative and executive arms allow it to operate without interference. One may ask, what makes European countries appear more developed than many African or Asian nations? The answer often lies in one key principle: respect for the rule of law and the independence of their judiciary. In Europe, no one is above the law, whether rich or poor, powerful or powerless. Anyone who breaks the law faces clear consequences. That is what we don't have in Nigeria, and that is where our problem lies. We don't obey laws, and we expect the country, if we are not excuse me, if we are not guided by the law and we do what we like, our country will be as it is today. Lawlessness abound, people doing what they like because they know if they do any bad thing, there won't be consequence for it. If they break the law, they take them to play right from the police, from the police, that is when they will start escaping the consequences. If you take anybody to police, at the station, they will take bail. Bail is said to be free, but it's not free. They will influence one way or the other. They will hide under something to escape the law. Why? Because many Nigerians have grown lawless and dismissive of the very rules that hold society together. And when justice is about to be served, religion, ethnic bias, and elite influence often step into shield offenders from accountability. We demand good governance, yet resist the discipline of the law that makes it possible. That is the problem we have in Nigeria. We dismiss the law, and also we want good governance. It's abiding by the law that can give us good governance. Take, for instance, the recent case involving Fuji icon Wasiu Ayinde Marshal. Reports say he refused to follow a simple airline safety instruction regarding liquid content on board. Rather than comply, he allegedly spilled the content of his flask on the plane's floor. Shocking display of arrogance and disregard for rules. Now his personal assistant is scrambling to do damage control, but the questions remain. Why do we feel entitled to defy the law simply because of status or connections? As long as we want to disobey the law because we know somebody, we are connected, the country cannot be good. The country, in foreign country, like I said, nobody is above the law. Whether you are rich or you are poor, you are sick, you must obey the law. They live by the law. They obey the law. So they understand the law. They know what they are supposed to do. And that is why they have orderliness in those countries. You can't just do what you like. Unlike here, if you are a senator, your children can go out misbehave. If you are a representative, a House of Rep member, your children, they can misbehave. Once they are taken to police and they mention I'm the son of something, or the father called, the father can even call the DPO to order the DPO to release the boy. But abroad, it's not like that. Nigeria, we must grow to obey the law. Until we begin to honor the rule of law at home, no matter who is involved, the progress will remain a distant dream. As long as we like to disobey the rules, the good governance we are looking for will continue to elude us. King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, because he's a musician, he wants to escape. He wants to to go against the rule that concerns security at the airports. And unfortunately, the liquid in the flask is alcohol. And taking alcohol is against the rules in Nigeria flight operation. You can't bring in alcohol. And he brought it in quantity that is even more than the required quantity of liquid. You can bring in liquid, you can bring in your water, but there's a measure of the water you can bring. And when he managed to escape all the security check to get into the plane. And when he got into the plane, the crew members saw him with it and they accused him. And they were telling him to bring it. Instead of bringing it, he spilled it on the floor of the plane, came out and stood in front of the plane. He did not even think. That's what we are talking about, emotional intelligence. Number one, he's not aware of the importance of his position in the society. That is a public figure. It's a celebrity in Nigeria. So as a celebrity, you can't do what others will do. More is expected of you to keep the law, to be aware of the laws of your country, not to do anything against it, so that your fans will not be disappointed in you. And you will not begin to have scandal because you are unruly. So he should have known that. There are the high up in Nigeria, some elites, there are some things they cannot do because of their position, because more is expected from them. But for this person, he just feels he can do whatever he likes. Like I said, Nigerians want good governance, but they are not ready to give what it takes to have good governance. They contravene the laws. And when consequences are to be applied, we begin to see ethnic bias. They will apply religion and ethnic bias instead of the law to fulfill its course. He has been banned from flying for 6 months. Maybe that will teach him a lesson. And for giving him that 6 months is also another way to look at it, is that Nigeria is growing. The awareness is there. We have now known the consequence of obeying the law. In the past, he will escape and nothing will happen. They will just settle it amicably among, because he knows high up people, they will just settle it because he knows some politicians, they will just settle it, but it's no longer like that. So Nigeria, in a way, is improving. And that is what will make the country to be good, to be safe, where people know, people become aware of the kind of behavior they can exhibit outside and inside. With either you are at home with your wife and your children, among your friends, among your mates, among your professional colleagues in the office. Nigeria you will not be aware of the type of behavior you should exhibit. So it is good, as the ban was slammed on him, was stopped from flying for 6 months. Nigerians, let us improve in our behavior anywhere we are if we want a good country. I'm not going to stay long. That's all I'm able to take today on this live chat until I come tomorrow again. I am Olusola Agbalu. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.